안녕하세요. Good morning, most venerable monks and nuns, and everyone here. So first of all, I would like to express my great gratitude to Korean sisters and Korean people. I understand how hard you have ruled for organize this conference successful. And I would like to thank all of you have coming today and welcome to my presentation. Thank you. Can you see in the screen those pictures about my countries? And guess what I'm going to talking about? So, thank you. As you know, a lot of news today talk about youth suicide, and we cannot enjoy the beautiful life, beautiful environment when we feel lonely, when we feel stuck. So I would like to take this opportunity to talk about loneliness and its solution under the light of Avalokiteśvara, the embodiment of woman form. Thank you. So, to begin my presentation, I would like to have a game. So, would you like to join? So, I have 3 questions. For each of questions, have 3 items. So, can I see your hand? Yes, thank you. One of question have 3 items. If you answer, you choose only one item you like more familiar and keep the number with you. If you, for first question, you choose number 3, so you keep your finger like this. And the next question, if you choose number 2, you left 2, you have 5. And the last question, if you choose number 2 again, you have 7. And keep the number with you. No need to show with other people. Okay? And I tell you what's the number meaning. So are you ready? Thank you. So the first question is, how often do you feel that you lack companionship? 1, hardly ever. 2, some of the time. Or 3, often. Okay, I move to next question. The next question is, how often do you feel left out? 1, hardly ever. 2, some of the time. Or often. Okay, you done, and we move to the last one. How often do you feel isolated from others? 1, hardly ever. 2, some of the time. And 3, often. Now count the number in the finger with you. So let's decode this number. What is the meaning of the number? So are you ready? So the higher score dedicate greater degree of loneliness. People with the score from 3 to 5 are not lonely. So congratulations, well done. And people with the score from 6 to 9 are lonely. So that's a reason I'm here today for you. So be okay. And in the end of the my presentation, I still have another game. So keep follow me. And my topic today is a Buddhist approach to loneliness and its solution through Avalokiteśvara Bodhisattva. My talk is organized in 5 parts, and here is a collection of most relevant statistics and data on loneliness and isolation that include various countries and circumstances. So I would like you to have an overview of loneliness, about loneliness. Loneliness and race, loneliness and gender, loneliness among Generation Gen Z, our youth. And did a significant increase in loneliness about some study before pandemic and after pandemic. So why this is happening? Loneliness it describes the subjective perception between the desire and actual social relationship regarding companionship, connectedness, and intimacy. So we can break this area down by knowing some effect of loneliness. Loneliness is strongly linked to mental illness such as personality disorder, mood disorder, trauma, addiction, or suicide. And people who are lonely experiences more heart disease, higher blood pressure, and weaker immune system. So how about Buddhism and loneliness? The Buddhism say about loneliness. In Buddhist psychology, the feeling of loneliness have its roots in suffering, and some studies show that loneliness and social isolation have less common among older adults who regularly attend religious service. Buddhism have many ways to deal with loneliness, and here I want to emphasize in the term of thinking differently. So a positive sense of loneliness in Buddhism embodies in self-reliance and solitary lifestyle. So I would like to illustrate this point by showing you a Pratyeka Buddha. Pratyeka Buddha is a person who becomes fully enlightened by himself. This solitary practice of enlightenment helps open up the path to liberation from loneliness, facing loneliness and overcome it. In this is my important part about Avalokiteśvara practical theory to overcome loneliness. And I have 4 methods, 4 techniques to overcome the loneliness. You can take one of each or you follow all of it. It depends on you. So first technique that is faith. And in faith, first of all, you need to believe yourself, because the starting point should with faith. The transformation of solitude is based on wishing, having purpose, determination, direction, and intention. And the next, that's the after believe yourself, we need to believe the Avalokiteśvara Bodhisattva. She is embodiment of great compassion, loving kindness, forgiveness, and deep listening. So after belief of her, we need to raising our bodhicitta. Raising the bodhicitta is cultivation and nurturing the faculty of faith, faculty of exertion, faculty of mindfulness, faculty of concentration, and faculty of wisdom. And the next technique is practicing the vow of Avalokiteśvara. The master of healing is Avalokiteśvara. Equally serve the hungry souls, that is our thirst, our rage, and our selfishness. Deep listening and forgiveness is overpower the ego to break through the narrows of attachment. And the next method that is we try to managing loneliness by ourselves. First, like try the Buddhist root in personal connection, the metaphor of practicing sympathy and forgiveness. That is walking, talking, sharing together in the same condition. And recite the mantra, knowing enough to be happy. And try to be proactive version. Love yourself, eating nutrient foods, exercise, improving social skill when you have free time. And the last technique, that's it, enjoy your loneliness. Truly enjoy your loneliness. It's not suffer. So acknowledge and appreciate the positive aspect of loneliness, a path to beautiful home, peaceful life. And these loneliness moments are adorable adventure, a memorable and unmistakable moment of each person. And connect yourself with nature by the light of mindfulness. According to Zen Master Thi Kim Ngan, when there is a deep sense of self, there is a deep connection with the nature. So I'm going to summarize my techniques. That's the Avalokiteśvara procedure to overcome loneliness. You can take any one of these or follow this step. So first of all, that is faith, believe of yourself, believe on Avalokiteśvara, and raising the Bodhisattva. And the next step, that is practicing the vow of her by loving kindness, compassion, forgiveness, and deep listening. And try to managing your loneliness. Try Buddhist truth in personal connection. Keep enough, knowing enough to be happy, and be proactive person. And the last one, the high stage one, that is find happiness in solitude. That is connect with nature by the light of mindfulness. Enjoy mindfulness, enjoy loneliness, and practicing gratitude. So I would like to build a Buddhist community to reduce chronic loneliness. Truly I want, and hope all of you have dedicated for this campaign. And like before I said, in the end of my presentation, I offer for you another game. So some of research says that women usually feeling lonely in her relationship. So this game tells you where you are in your relationship. Any relationship, intimacy relationship, or daughter-in-law with mother-in-law, or friend and friend, son and daughter, it depends on you. So I have an image. So observe the image. So remember what you see first sight of you. Remember that. So we have 3 seconds to see the image, and I will move. Okay? Thank you. 1, 2, 3. So what did you see first? You see the moon? Who see the moon? Thank you. Who see the surface? Thank you. Who see the well? Who see the well, please? Thank you. Yes. If you see the moon first, letting your guard down is not something you particularly comfortable doing. So in your relationships, be more comfortable. And if you see the well, first, you feel lonely because you always looking out of number 1. Sometimes putting someone else's needs above of yours, okay? And if you see the surface, you feel lonely because you are afraid to be tied down. So feel comfortable more, okay? So the easiest to connect with others when you truly feel most connected with yourself. And for my conclusion, in Avalokiteśvara Vrastik, each of methods is a state of practicing opening the door of love in mind and lightening the lamp of wisdom in heart. Thus is a loneliness self-healing therapy. So now you can become yourself psychologist. So on behalf of everyone here, thank you too much for Korean and everyone, especially for volunteers who working behind the scene. Thank you all. 감사합니다.